I want to do a little bit of a real review. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of interesting, a little bit of funny. 2006, it was a blooper on BBC News. This anchor, okay, Karen Bowerman, she was set up to interview this guy, Guy Cuny, about Apple Core versus Apple Computer legal dispute. And by accident, they bring in this guy who was a Congolese French business studies graduate who came in from the Republic of the Congo and wanted to interview at BBC for a job as a data cleanser. And as he's sitting around waiting for his interview, they pull him on air thinking that he is Guy Cuny.
Growth of music online. Well, Guy Cuny is the editor of the technology website News Wireless. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Were you surprised by this verdict today?
I'm very surprised to see this verdict to come on me, because I was not expecting that. When I came, they told me something else, and I'm coming. You got an interview there, so it's a big surprise anyway.
A big surprise.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah. With regards to the cost that's involved, do you think now more people will be downloading online?
Actually, if you can go everywhere, you're gonna see a lot of people downloading to the internet and the website everything they want. But I think it's much better for the development and to improve people what they want and to get on the easy way and so fast the things they're looking for.
Now, I don't know if he actually got the job after this, but knowing that he was pulled on air by accident, put on the spot, on television, asked all these questions, and actually hung this well, just gave them something that was serviceable and just kind of, he's not really bullshitting. He's just kind of being neutral about everything. I think that calm under fire, you're hired. I'm hiring him on the spot. Here he comes. Ding, ding, ding. He's holding. Ding. Now I gotta say, everybody is trying to get this German Shepherd to let go of the small little poodle thing. And this old man shows up and tries sprinkle. Look at this. Everybody's screaming. This old man is sprinkling bottled water on the dog, which I obviously did not do a damn thing. And then comes the guy who, if you ask me, is just trying to take advantage of all the chaos to have some shenanigans. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity. I can put my finger in this dog's butt. Now he tries, and the dog is really not responding to it. So if this was, I'm saying to myself, if this is a real way of getting a dog to let go of something, then why the hell isn't it responding? Here he comes, and he's really giving it the business too. Here you go, watch. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, yeah. And the dog's like, no, I just want to keep killing this little dog. And he tries again, and there you have it. Now, let me just give you a little bit of a follow-up to this. I went and I said, I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps he knows something I don't know. I'm going to go and search. And what I came up with is exactly nothing. Very little about anally penetrating a dog to stop them from attacking something else. So I have no real answers, but I have added some very strange shit to my search history. And I did find one comment that I thought was pretty funny. Listen to this. This is the kind of comments I was finding. Outside of there being no official data, this is what I was finding. Quote, I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is actually what you do. I know a dude that was savagely getting mauled by a pack of dogs, and he started shoving his fingers in all of their butts, and that is what saved him. End quote. Look at this. Stop it. Absolutely disgusting. Just disgusting. Why did I pick that? Fly high bungee. These women who are at a class and they are on a bungee class and they are just swinging around jumping up, they're swinging back and forth. They're literally on a bungee harness, and they're swinging all around the place. And the first thing I think to myself when I see this is, boy, middle-aged white women will do anything to avoid actually working out. But then I started looking at it a little bit more. I said, I can see the core engagement aspect of this, especially when you're Supermaning around. But this is a disaster waiting to happen. People swinging into everything, each other. And I have to admit, I would really have a good time in one of those harnesses if I was left alone. If I could just not be in a class setting and I can just jump around and swing around and have a good time, I think that would be fun. This is why ring cams are a blessing and a curse. Take a look at this. Woke up at exactly 3:33 a.m. and felt the need to check my ring camera, and this is what I see. Now, I don't know what the hell that was. Watch this from the left to the right. Obviously, taking a look at this, you say, well, okay, it's blotting out the light. So it's solid, whatever it is. But if it's solid, how is it walking through the fence? Perhaps are we looking at some sort of an angle? Is there an open gate? This has to be some sort of an optical illusion. But it's one of those strange ones, especially when you get them late at night and you say, oh, what do you think? This guy is standing in front of a waterfall and he's having a revelation. He's having a moment of just, what is going on? What the hell am I seeing right now? And he's watching a waterfall asking, where the hell is the water coming from?
Explain to me how a fucking waterfall works. Where does this fucking water come from? It's just unlimited water, comes down forever. And then you might say, oh, it comes from like a lake or an ocean. What, there's an ocean on top of the fucking mountain? Where the fuck does this water keep coming from? Oh, is it snow melting? What are you talking about? What are you actually talking about? It just comes unlimited forever. It's just unlimited water comes down. Where the fuck does it come from? And if it comes from an ocean or a lake, does it just climb up, defy gravity? And you might say, Arya, are you on fucking drugs right now? No, I'm not. I'm just curious because I don't think anybody actually knows where the water comes from.
Now, let me just say, this is one of those things where somebody will bring it up. Something you take for granted. Waterfall, very nice. Oh yes, it's the winter snow. It's the rush of snow. And then you realize that if you had to explain it to a child, you couldn't really say. It's harder to explain. Now, first thing I go to is primary water source. I mean, lava comes from the inner earth. So does primary water. Is that what is? Because, and that's for. I ask myself, is that cliff that is not downstream from any sort of an ocean or a giant lake or whatever, what the hell is feeding it? That's what I'm asking. But then again, you have to be on the top of it. You can, but primary water's got to be a part of it. But then they go to this compilation of all of these trees that are just spewing water. And I know that there are some situations where trees actually collect water, and it's but it might also be where they're planted if it's been flooded and all that. But here is what they're saying. Are these waterfalls really coming down from places that used to be ancient giant trees? And that a lot of the mountains and things around us that we see are really just, again, ruins of a very long forgotten time in our existence on this earth. Giants, perhaps, but take a look.
Against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand her. Against my window, bringing back sweet memories. I can't stand her. Against my window.
One comment here I did have aside. I lived among redwoods for a year and a half, and then I got a house up in the Sierra Nevada mountains in Sonora, California. I've been telling all my friends the mountains are giant redwood stumps. So the video is insinuating that waterfalls are from ancient trees that have become petrified into what looks like mountains. This next thing has to be fake. Is it possible that a colossal anaconda was seen swimming through the Amazon? You tell me. Look at that. That's something else. Look at that. It can't be. You're right. It's probably AI. It's probably not real. But I'll tell you what is real. I'll tell you what looks very real. The original footage of this is the authentic footage of a river Vance that they found. And this one I thought is fantastic. Over the river. Looks harmless. Looks harmless. It's all right. Just don't get too close. Don't get too close. He doesn't know his own strength. We're going from the Amazon to the Ganges, the Indian version of the Titanic.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel.
Look at all the people on this. There's about a dozen, and they all have motorcycles. And the gondolier, the guy who's... It's already sinking. It's already at the level of the water. And what is propelling this thing through the river is a small little motor. It looks like an immersion blender that I use to stir my keto brains into my coffee. And then, look, it stalls out.
Show you, go
It's dipped under the water.
near and far,
It goes.
wherever you are, I believe
There it goes.
that the heart doesn't go.
That's it. That's it. Everybody's just in the river, completely submerged with their motorcycles. And of course, I'm looking at this as it crossed my path the other night. I said, of course it was going to sink. It never had a chance. But they went through with it. Get everybody on that boat and an H-1B visa, please. That's just so stupid. I love it. So apparently this was back in 2015 from an episode of The Real. Tamar Braxton talking about being bullied and called a Muppet. You know, I would watch daytime television if I had some kind of a crystal ball and I could be told, hey, turn this show on right here at this time and you're going to see some shit.
Started saying I look like a Muppet. And people say it so much, sometimes I start to believe it. And so I even asked Vince, I'm like, do I look like a Muppet? Oh my God. He's like, absolutely not. But this person has the whole world calling me that. And it's just so devastating because it takes me back to high school. And, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. But what I can do is what Jeannie does. And thank you, Jeannie.
I mean, it's just, everybody's crying. I've been called much worse than Muppet for many years. When she said they called me a Muppet, whoever's sitting right next to her moves her hair out of her face to take a look at her face to really make sure if she does.
The person started saying I look like a Muppet.
Let me see. And then it goes to this other black woman who is nodding in like the affirmative. Now she's probably just like affirming the speaker's story, but it seems like she's actually affirming, yes, she does look like a Muppet. Yes,
People say it so much.
Absolutely, 100% Muppet. Now, I don't know. Does she look like a Muppet? I don't know. Maybe. We all look like Muppets. There could be a Muppet version of you out there. I tend to call somebody a Muppet if they just seem kind of like a human caricature that is obviously controlled. I make a lot of those kind of ventriloquist comments. Joe Biden is like a ventriloquist, like a howdy doody kind of a character. I wouldn't call him a Muppet, but he's more in like the howdy doody category.
What time is it? Okay, gang, let's go. It's howdy doody time. It's howdy doody time. Bob Smith and howdy too. Say howdy doody.
Or he'd sit on somebody's lap and just, you know, or really have the marionettes. Because he's all lanky and bones and joints at this point. Anyway, that's all I have for you tonight. Take care. Have a good night.